Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tad Madani, if you're new here. Hey guys, it's Tad if you're not new. Hey guys, and what's up? And today I thought I'd bring you guys a chatty get ready with me. Sorry, I'm gonna start because my face is so dry, like it's gonna crack. Let me just address a couple of things, okay? This is not gonna be like a makeup tutorial. I wish it could have been, but like I haven't got the time. Like it's 7:59. And I need to leave in like 40 minutes, and like that seems like a really long time, but when I tell you, it takes me forever to do my makeup, like for real. And I have a cold, by the way, so it's really hard for me to talk, but I really need to record a video because otherwise I'll have no time, because I'm just so busy at the moment. So I thought I'm just gonna have to do a little get ready with me in the morning when I'm at my least chattiest and I'm at my least like, you know, bubbly and fun, but we're gonna make it work. But today I thought I'd do another teenage girl video diary style video, but as I get ready. So basically today I thought we could talk about why do we love to romanticize the bare minimum. That's what I want to talk about today. Why is that as a society now have we decided that we are going to romanticize all this toxic love and like all the things we shouldn't be romanticizing in a relationship? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like we are constantly, I feel like as the years go by, our generation is just getting worse and worse with its standards. Like our standards are just getting lowered and lowered every year, like all the time, every day. Really off topic, by the way, but shout out to my girl Isla from work because she put me on how to make a mocha. It's literally just making a coffee with hot chocolate, and it has been like my winter go-to at the minute. Like I'm obsessed. And guys, I'm really excited right now to do my makeup because I washed all my makeup brushes yesterday. I cleaned my whole makeup drawer yesterday. Like I am feeling so on point, but I'm taking too much time. Let's go. What do I start with? Let me start y'all off with a bit of an example of what I mean, okay? And I would say we are doing this. For example, have you ever heard, like, have you said this, or like, has your friend said this to you? Oh, he finally replied. Like, oh, he's so special. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's replying, that means he's special. Like, if he's giving you some attention, you mistake it for effort, basically. Like, if that person is showing you the bare minimum, you take that, you don't take it for granted, which is a lovely thing that we do as a society. But sometimes we take those little things and we nitpick on them, and we're like, oh my god, like this is the man because he replies. Like, babe, no, he should be replying, but does he send you nice messages? Does he talk to you nicely? Is he respectful? Is he caring? Does he take you out? Does he pay for your dates? Like, does he do this, that? That's the more important stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like this whole thing about us romanticizing the bare minimum and why we do it, and I feel like it is like a joke, right? Like, I see it on TikTok all the time, like, like messages, like, da-da-da, and it's like all jokey, and it's like, damn, I was so down bad, da-da-da. We always notice it after, right? We always notice how delusional we all were after said situation has happened and is being done. Do you know what I mean? Like, we always realise after. Realistically, if we realise that in the moment, then we're more likely going to leave, and we're more likely going to leave. But this, I feel like it comes from a lot of past experiences. So for example, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, which kind of sparked the whole idea of me filming this video. I'm so sorry I sound so bad. Just gotta bear with me, guys, okay? Low-key, I forgot to actually do my eyebrows, so let me do them quickly now. Yeah, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and it was like, so she was with somebody in a relationship, and I was like, and obviously this relationship I had was not like going right. They're broken up now, right? So but she was like, and I was the one, obviously when you're in the relationship, like it's harder to understand the outsider's point of view. Do you know what I mean? Like there's certain things that we want to hold on to, and we make excuses. We do that a lot as girls, as whatever, when we're in relationships, okay? Like we will make excuses for said person's actions because we don't want to believe them, or we want them to change. or we don't want to, we don't want to believe it. We want to live in a delusion, basically. We want to believe that this person is the one, so therefore they're going to change for you, but realistically that's not how it works in most cases. So I was having this conversation and I was saying to her, like, look, like, it's not going to work, like, this is why, like, literal logical reasons. And then she turns to me and says, he's not like every other boy I've been with. And I'm like, what do you mean, babe? Like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, he's just not like every other... Okay, here's the problem. I've lost my makeup brushes. Where is she? There she is. She was like, yeah, but he's not like every other boy I've been with. I'm like, all right, okay, babe. Like, what do you mean? And she's like, every other boy I used to be with used to call me names. They used to call me... like, when we would argue, it would be really toxic. Like, we would scream and match, shout at each other. But with him, like, he's respectful. He respects me. And I was like, oh my god, that's literally how I got the idea to film this video. I was straight on my notes, like, video idea, because that is so real. Do you know what I mean? The reason why, well, one of the reasons why us girls, we romanticize this bare minimum stuff, it's because of our past experiences. If something never happened in your old relationship or in a different relationship, we will then, like, put that person on a pedestal stool because they didn't treat us badly. Just because they spoke to us with a bit more respect means that they're a better person and that's the one for us. So, for example, she was referring to a man that cheated on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this man had still cheated on you within very, very suspicious circumstances. Like, this man was a bad man, okay? Like, he was not the guy, right? But the fact that she could sit there and say, like, oh, but he's not like every other boy I've been with because he never actually spoke to me badly and he would never disrespect me, like, verbally disrespect me. And I'm like, disrespect comes in so many different shapes or form, and that's something else we lack to see as a society, is disrespect. It can be so concealed. And then I went on to tell her that sometimes those types of guys are the more dangerous than the obvious thuggish I'm gonna mess up your life type of guy. They can be more dangerous in a way because it's so hard to, like, realize when things are toxic because they don't do the obvious toxic things. They won't raise their voice, they won't get physical, you know, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, sometimes dealing with somebody who on paper seems like golden retriever, but as you get to know them you do realize that they are just like every other fuckboy about. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. So it's harder with other types of boys because it's like, oh, you seem like Mr. Nice Guy, but you're just not, okay? You're just not. And we gotta look out. We gotta be wary of these things. We gotta notice these red flags, girls. And I feel like another reason why we romanticize the bare minimum is because we ignore these red flags and we turn them into like a joke. I think it's mostly common in teenage girls, and I feel like, why do teenage girls especially fall into this pattern of romanticizing the bare minimum? It's literally just a lack of experience. It's the first attention effect, like the first ever attention you get from a boy, like that will send you absolutely crazy, like first hand experience. I was in a relationship when I was very young. I was 14 when I first got into my first, like, relationship, and that lasted over 3 years. No, I don't know, maybe 3 years, I think. Oh, I can't remember. They are so many things, and, like, now looking back, I definitely was that person. I romanticized every red flag, or I ignored every red flag. I was delusional. I was so delusional when I was with that person, and I wish I didn't let it get to a certain point, because I'm not gonna lie, like, that person did take away very important years of my life. And it took away a very happy girl. Let me just say that for the least. I'm not, like, mad. I'm not, like, fuming anymore. Like, it is what it is. But I am upset, because I do get upset sometimes because I look back at myself at that, like, at certain years, a couple years ago, and, like, I see such a happy girl, and that all got taken away by the hands of a male. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's quite grim. Like, that's disgusting. Like, and it does pissed me off. But what can I do about that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I am a different person now. I'm a happier person now. But it was hard trying to get over the fact that I was never going to be that young girl again, because I went straight into that relationship at 14, and then I was out of it when I was like nearly 18. So like, it was that teenhood that I spent reliant on said person to make me happy. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that shit we shouldn't play with. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for girls being in relationships, and like I see, like, I'm not mad at myself for getting into a relationship when I was 14. I'm not mad at anybody for getting into a relationship at any age, right? It taught me so many lessons, but the whole point of this video is so that we can become more aware and not waste our time, okay? Like, it is, because the thing is, I'm really on the fence, okay? Because I'm saying all of this in this video about like how us girls romanticize the bare minimum, and how we're also delusional, and how we need to all like get our shit together and all this and that, right? But like, at the same time, I do believe that it does take that relationship to do all that for you, you know? There's only so much you can learn from a YouTube video. There's only so much you can learn from me sitting here telling you that, like, these are the red flags, here's my advice, take it or leave it, do you know what I mean? There's only so much you can learn from that, okay? And it's gonna take a lot more than me to, like, prove, to show you guys that, like, this isn't the way you're supposed to be treated, point blank. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, back to the topic. I went on a little bit of a tangent there. I'm sorry. I feel like that's disgusting every time I go like like, I feel like you guys are there like, ew. But you probably are, to be honest. You probably are. I'll try and cut majority of them out. But okay, back to the topic. Next thing I wanted to say is, when we're in this delusional phase, okay, we like to, how would I word it? We like to fill in the blanks, okay? We like to come up with excuses. I think as a generation now, as from what I see on social media and from the way I've been before, I see it in my friends, literally every human being. We love to come up with that excuse for that person, okay? If we love somebody, or if we like somebody, or if we want something to work with somebody, and it's obvious they're, like, not interested, or it's obvious that, like, yeah, basically they're not interested, we will make an excuse at first, okay? We won't accept the fact that, like, okay, this isn't gonna go anywhere. We like to be there like, oh, he's probably just busy, okay? That's probably why I'm undelivered for 21 hours, okay? He's probably busy. Or we jump to conclusions, or we are definitely the type to jump to conclusions. We're either the 21 hours undelivered, he's busy, or whether like 5 minutes undelivered, he's cheating on me, do you know what I mean? Or vice versa, okay? So we do like to make excuses, and sometimes we do jump to conclusions, like the extreme conclusions, like, oh my god, that person's cheating on me, just because of our past trauma or our past experiences. We then reflect that onto our current relationships, when realistically they're just working their 9 to 5, do you know what I mean? And then that can also send a relationship into toxicness, is because you lack the trust in that person, okay? If you're lacking trust, it ain't gonna work, because you're clearly going to think bad of that person. But then you've also got to think, why do you lack trust in that person? Have they done something, or is it somebody in your past that has done something, so now therefore you can't trust anybody? Because that's not fair. It's valid, but it's not fair. And that's a tricky one to navigate, okay? I don't know what I would do. I haven't really been in that situation yet, because I haven't been ready to, like, date like that. Like, I've been dating and that, but not properly, because every red flag, I'm so the type of person, I will leave. I do the whole, like, 3 hearts, and then you get blocked. So you have 3 lives. If I'm talking to you, and then you see that on your name on Snapchat, even though I deleted Snapchat now, but I did this a couple weeks ago, that if I was talking to somebody, I'd put like 3 hearts next to their name on Snapchat, and that was like their life. So basically Minecraft. So you had 3 lives, and like every time you would like lose a life, I would take the heart off, obviously. And then when you had no more lives left, I would just like either have a conversation or just remove you. Yeah, we like to fill in the blanks. We like to make up excuses, or we like to jump to conclusions. We're just so rational, basically. We just crazy. We're just mad. And I feel like the real like psychological reason behind us doing this is because it's sort of like a reward. Like, inconsistent attention feels more powerful than constant attention, because when you feel it's basically like that whole thing, right, where, hold on guys, I've really gotta lock in a sec, because otherwise this could go absolutely horribly wrong. It's like that whole thing on why you should always leave the first time. Like, first time you get disrespected, first time you get cheated on, or the first when you break up for the first time, it should be done, because therefore you are now going to be in this cycle of when it's good, okay, and when it's bad, it's bad. You know that whole theory where it's like, okay, we're in this cycle where this was very much a culprit in a lot of my relationships in the past, is when it's good, it's good, and you get into this cycle where, okay, I'll just wait it out, even though we're going through a rough patch right now, I know that it's gonna be fine in the end. Or when it's good, okay, and that is because we like get attached to this inconsistent attention, and therefore when the attention is there, it feels rewarding compared to constantly having the attention. You know, like, we forget how much we actually deserve, and this is something I have to remind myself, and I used to have to remind myself all the time, that e.g. to end my previous relationship, is that like I deserve that moment in time where I'm with that person and I'm like, oh, this is what all the arguing is worth. This is what, wait, this is, do you know what I'm trying to say? This is all worth it, because like all the fights are worth it for this little moment that we have right now when we're cuddling, da da da. But realistically, that should not be the case. That is super toxic, because realistically we shouldn't have to cling on to and like appreciate those little moments while they're still there, because when you're with the person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life, then shouldn't you always feel the exact same amount of energy being put into you every single day? That should never change, that should never fluctuate. Nobody should pick and choose when they want to love you, or nobody should be able to pick and choose when they want to show you off. Or, do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm feeling really poetry right now. Like, me and my Shakespeare are coming a long way. As I said at the beginning, it's all a social media thing, and it's all about your perspective on it. Like, social media is a hard thing, because one day on social media it will be saying like, I deserve the type of love that Ali and Noah had in the Notebook. Like, oh, what do you want? I want a White House, or with green shutters, with a room overlooking the lake so I can paint, or whatever she says. And then next day on Insta or on TikTok or Instagram, you're seeing like, oh, I love my man, and then it's him like being so rude, and then the next day it's him being like, oh, I got you flowers, baby, the only girl that I want. It's like, yeah, that's my man. And it's like, yo, why are you showing off your man when he was literally being rude to you? Do you know what I mean? Or it's like he literally just bought you flowers after being rude to you, so therefore you're gonna show him off and say that he's a king, because he's not a king. He's a devil. You're a devil. Why do we accept it then? Why do we accept it? Why do we let all this slide? Because I'm talking a lot of yappa about why us girlies over here are struggling to why we are romanticizing the bare minimum. Why are we accepting the bare minimum as well? It's literally because we're all scared to be alone. To be honest, we're scared to be alone. We are scared of not wanting to start over with somebody else, because dating's hard. It is. It's absolutely so hard, and I feel like when you're comfortable enough with a person, it's very hard to let go. So we don't wanna take that risk. We don't know what's gonna happen. We're too scared of the unknown. Like, that's something that we all are. We're scared of not knowing. We're scared of what might come of certain things if we just take that leap of faith and decide to end it, you know, on our own terms. I have a feeling, I have no clue if this is right, but if I was to guess what the percentage of breakups are when it comes to a normal like boy-girl relationship, I'm gonna say boy-girl relationship because I'm not very educated on the other side to know what it would be for like boy-boy and like for gay relationships or lesbian relationships. I don't know, I'm just gonna say girl-boy relationships, okay? I have makeup wipes, but they're all over there and I can't be bothered to get them. But if I were to say, I would say the percentage of boys breaking up with a girl are so much more higher now because we're just too scared. No, we're not too scared. Well, I am. Maybe it's just me. I say that even though I'm technically the one that ended my 3-year relationship. I was the one that ended that, and then like other relationships after that, I've ended every single one of them. Basically, maybe like not every single one of them, but basically. But I'll use my 3-year relationship as my example because everything that's happened after that, that's literally just me being so CBA. Like, that 3-year relationship taught me everything I needed to know for every other relationship in my life. So, I can easily, like, end things. And, yeah. Oh, actually, no, for a good example, this is another sidetrack off-topic moment a second because I'm having a brain dump, okay, so bear with. But I was involved with, I think I spoke about this actually, I was involved with a certain person, right, and this person, oh my god, such a fun boy, like, he was so fun, he was crazy, but, here's the big but, this person was a lot like my ex-boyfriend. As in my ex-boyfriend in his prime of being a narcissist, okay? Like this boy, like when this boy came into my life, not my ex now, this 2025 boy, when he came into my life, like I had this gut feeling, I was like, this boy's gonna ruin my life. But did I let him? Yeah, of course I did, but I didn't really, because I let him come into my life and I knew going into it, right, he's probably going to ruin my life and everything that I'm doing is bad. I was a bad girl, end of summer. And you know that song where it's like, he was my September song, okay? Me and my cousin realised that the other day. This boy was my September song because you were my September song, summer lasted too long. Because why was I still out wilding, like at the start of college? Summer lasted too long, okay? Like, my summer was dragged because of this boy, okay? But yeah, like, anyways, he was, like, so cute or whatever. No, he was not cute. He was nuts, right? He was actually nuts. He reminded me a lot of my ex. Therefore, I had this, like, I don't know, I felt like I had to take care of him. I was like, oh my god, no, like, I've got to be with him all the time. Like, he reminds me so much. But I wasn't saying this, obviously. But now looking back, I understand why I was so, like, latched on to said person for a very long time, because his presence reminded me of something, okay? He reminded me of a certain safety that I used to feel when I was with my ex. So, but not in all the good ways, in all the bad ways, basically, but kind of the good ways. I don't know how to describe it, right? And we got to a point then where all of the things that I used to go through in my relationship with my ex-boyfriend just started to come back. It was like, oh my god, like, this boy is making me go broke, okay? Like, I was paying for everything, I was doing everything, like, I was literally the alpha male. So I was like, nah, this isn't working. And it was clearly just taking the piss out of me, okay? And he is still in debt with me anyways, but therefore I just decided to block him, you know? And I was really proud of myself when I did that, because for some odd reason it took a little while for me to actually just cut this person off, because I was like, oh my god, no, because I'm gonna be so depressed, like, I didn't care. Like, as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, here we are, it's done now. And then, like, I think 2 days later I completely forgot. I was like, people would be like, oh, what happened to Thing? And I'd be like, Thing who? Like, oh, Thing! Oh, yeah, nothing. Like, I just don't talk to them no more. And, like, bear in mind, this boy still bells me to this day. Like, he rings me, like, almost every single day trying to, like, go out or do something. I'm just like, bro, I actually don't want to speak to you. And, like, we're still on really good terms. Like, I'll give him a lift every now and again or whatever, but we're still on really good terms. But I had to realise my own worth and realise, you know what, this person is not serving me. This person is not serving me whatsoever. The type of relationship I was trying to get out of them isn't the type of relationship they're trying to get out of me. They're trying to get a buck. They're trying to get a buck. They're trying to get some food, and that's about it, okay? And I had to realise, you know what, this is not what I want. And I told myself that's not what I want, and look at me now. I left that person by on their ones, and I don't know what they're doing. anyways, because time is starting to really get on, I think I've done enough talking. I'm going to get back to you guys once I've finished my makeup and my hair. I literally just got to put my lashes on and do some eyeliner and then straighten my hair. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm ready. I've put my hair in half up, half down, literally just because I don't have time to straighten the whole thing. But this is the makeup look. This is my outfit. Got my scarf, and I'm going to wear my black Zara coat, I think. Now it's time for me to do my perfume. We'll do Lancome. But obviously, if you guys have enjoyed the video today and you want to see more little chit chat videos, also I need to say a massive thank you for all of the love on my previous video, and I am 100% going to make more content to do with acting and my career path basically, and the whole process on auditioning, self-tapes, all of that jazz, because clearly you guys take a little bit of interest into that, so I'll make sure to make a note of that and definitely post more content like in that sort of area. But anyways, I'm off to college now, and I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye my loves.